Thank you, Provost Lang. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As he said, my name is Stephanie Egeler, and I am from Elizabethton, Tennessee, right over the state line from North Carolina. I'm a sophomore in Trinity College, majoring in International Comparative Studies with a minor in linguistics, and it is truly an honor and a privilege for me to stand before you this evening. As a tour guide and admissions ambassador, people often ask me why and what made questions. Why did you decide to go to Duke? What made you do the focus program? Why did you do Duke Engage? What made you choose that major? Why Duke? These are all great questions, and because of my unique Duke experience, I am ready and excited to answer them. After visiting Duke University as a high school student, it quickly became the school of my dreams. The interdisciplinary curriculum, the personalized class sizes, and the opportunities available to undergrads really appealed to me. I could see myself walking the flagstone sidewalks or comfortably curling up in the towers of the library. Whenever people would ask me, "Where do you want to go to college?" I confidently responded, "I'm going to Duke." This was usually met with raised eyebrows and another question, "And what's your second choice?" To which I replied, "I don't have a second choice." See, I wanted to go to Duke so badly that all other schools I considered applying to paled in comparison and quickly lost all my interest. My mom stated the facts. In reality, it is important to have a backup plan. I had to have a second choice. Therefore, in spite of my love for Duke's programs and its campus, I had to keep my options open. I applied regular decision in January rather than early decision in November. I did this for one reason: finances. Although my parents never said, "We can't afford this," I am perceptive enough to understand that if it were up to my family and me to pay for a Duke education, then I would not be receiving a Duke education. Besides, people from my little town in the heart of Appalachia rarely even apply to places like Duke. I was concerned that Duke would take one look at my finances, one glance at the fact that I was applying for financial aid, and toss me in the heap of other students who just couldn't quite afford the bill. But Duke was different. Duke examined my application for what it was and looked at my potential without giving a thought to my financial need. Then they gave me the most unimaginable gift. They gave me the ability to come here and not worry about finances. I am a Jean and Hayward Pelham Scholar, as Provost Lang mentioned, and Ann Pelham is here tonight. Thank you, Ms. Pelham, for entrusting me with a portion of your family's generous contributions to Duke University. Without the financial burden hanging over me, I am better able to focus on all the unique opportunities Duke offers me. Each day, as I walk to my classes or sit in the chapel and listen to the organs, I still cannot believe that I am actually here. Oh, goodness, Duke has allowed me opportunities I could not even imagine. I have personally gotten to know experts in fields of study and have talked with professors about their exceptional research. Through the Flunch program, Faculty Lunch, I discussed the ancient roots of Arabic and related them to the Arab Spring with my Arabic professor. Having a one-on-one audience with my professor and the ensuing conversation contributed to my interest in the prospect of democracy in the Middle East and led to my applying to go to Duke Engage in Egypt, right in the middle of their first democratic elections. Through the Freshman Focus program, I interacted with professors from a variety of disciplines and saw how their different types of research contributed to our overall learning experience. I heard Dean Nowicki, a specialist in biology, speak about his research on birdsong and how it can be used to learn about how humans learn speech, a fascinating subject which I have revisited several times in linguistic classes when discussing human acquisition of language. In addition, I learned how to effectively conduct ethical research in my first ever term paper for the Focus program. I set out to research whether Appalachian English, particularly that spoken in my hometown, is a dialect of modern standard English. The professor discussed the ethical versus scientific dilemmas in linguistic research and how to effectively research. These skills I learned and applied during my very first semester here are applicable in many of my other classes, and I look forward to using them as I continue my studies. While Duke students work hard towards academic excellence, we also enjoy a wealth of exciting extracurricular activities. I have the best time being a member of the Duke University Marching and Pep Band, as well as a variety of other musical groups on campus. Participating in these groups places me in the center of fabulous college events, teaches me lifelong lessons, and helps me build lasting friendships with extremely talented and diverse groups of young people. Each person I have met in the band is different and unique and has a different story to tell, but we are all united by our mutual love of music and our school spirit, of course. Each touchdown, goal, or slam dunk brings us closer together as a community, as these once-in-a-lifetime sporting events build bonds that carry to other aspects of our lives. However, someone has to fund all these exceptional experiences. Someone has to pay all these incredible professors, these experts, a competitive wage to keep them here at Duke. Someone has to pay to heat and cool the classrooms and finance the maintenance and cleaning. Usually, this funding comes from the students' tuitions. And my tuition, like so many of my classmates here at Duke, is paid in part or entirety by generous people like you. Each class I attend, each paper I write, and each way in which I am challenged is in part because of you. You have had a hand in every moment of my Duke experience, both the large and the small. One of the most tangible examples of this generosity and how it has challenged my view of the world is Duke Engage. Through Duke and your generosity toward this program, I went to Egypt for 8 weeks this past summer and worked with an organization which rehabilitates street children, giving them food, shelter, and education, and ultimately a good job in the currently uncertain Egyptian economy. Duke Engage was such an inspiring and incredible experience. One of the boys I worked with was named Abdullah. Abdullah was living at the organization's facility along with his 2 younger sisters because his mother, a schizophrenic and cocaine addict, could no longer care for her 3 children. Abdullah was about 12 years old and absolutely brilliant. He loved to learn and especially wanted to learn English. Abdullah did his best every day to speak English with us, and each of us took turns giving him personal lessons in our limited free time because he was so far ahead of the other children. Abdullah is one of 7 children this organization sponsors to attend a more challenging private school. Hopefully, Abdullah will one day be able to go to university and get a job that truly challenges him. Seeing these kids whose lives have been horror stories, whose faces are scarred with the cuts and scratches from countless street fights and domestic abuse, and watching their willingness to love us, to share with us, and to be the first to run to our van to give us hugs, reminded me of just how thankful I am for my current situation and how much I should work to pay forward what has been given to me. So this is it. The moment I have been waiting for and the opportunity I have been searching for ever since I met Abdullah and he said to me with halting words, "I want to learn English good. Can you teach me?" I have been wishing for this moment every time I give a tour to prospective students and tell them that one of the many reasons I am able to attend Duke is because of the great financial aid offerings. I've been searching for the time and the place to say this every time I board the bus or airplane with the Duke University Marching and Pep Band as we head to an NCAA event to support our athletic teams. I have been searching for a way to say thank you to all of you. One speech cannot fully express my gratitude for all you have done for me and for hundreds of other Duke students like me. You have allowed us to meet incredible people, to travel to exotic places, to hear inspiring stories, and to be challenged in every facet of life. A few moments ago, I said that Duke was the school of my dreams. Was. That past tense verb no longer exists. Now, Duke is beyond my wildest dreams, because here, through your generosity, I have realized that I truly can go anywhere and do anything. You have taken a girl from a small town in Appalachia and have shown her that she can change the world. For that, all I can say is thank you.